Some disturbing new details tonight in the apparent double murder-suicide at pro wrestler Chris Benoit's Georgia home. Cops saying in a press conference just a couple of hours ago that they found the wrestler hanging by a pulley on some exercise equipment in his home gym. And they also found Bibles placed beside the bodies of his wife and his 7-year-old son. They were apparently killed in separate rooms. There were prescription steroids also found in the home. The toxicology results, they're not going to be back for a few weeks, so we don't actually know the connection there yet, but a lot of people looking at those steroids. Prime News correspondent Rochelle Carey joining us from our newsroom studio. She's been following this very closely all day and has more of a picture for us, Rochelle, on just who this guy is, especially for folks who aren't familiar with professional wrestling. Who is Chris Benoit?
Well, Erica, Benoit had an intense on-stage persona. He was nicknamed the Rabid Wolverine, the Canadian Crippler. But what we have found is that family and friends describe him as quiet, soft-spoken. They say his family had a very low-key lifestyle. You might not expect that if you saw him performing. Benoit's driver, Jimmy Baswell, and his wife, Wanda, knew the family. They say they cannot believe this has happened.
He carried his son on a pedestal. He loved that boy. You can watch any pay-per-view event. Anytime he went a match, he had his son in the ring with him. And I just cannot fathom the idea that he done anything to this family.
He was the politest person I've ever met. I mean, it was always yes ma'am, no ma'am. I mean, he wasn't rude to anybody. He was always talking about his kids and when they were coming to visit and what they were going to do.
Did it ever seem like he had a temper?
No, never.
Some more background now on Benoit. He was born in Montreal. He started his wrestling career back in Canada more than 2 decades ago. He had 2 children from a previous relationship, and those children do still live in Canada. Erica.
And Rochelle, as I understand it, he wasn't the only one, though, involved in wrestling. Both he and his wife had a pretty strong connection to this.
Absolutely. This is all about his family. Benoit's wife, Nancy, was also involved in pro wrestling. She actually managed several wrestlers, and she went by the stage name Woman. The couple actually met when her former husband drew up a script that had put the two of them in a relationship, and that's how they met.
I know it's just a lot of shock across the wrestling world from both fans and those involved in it. Are the WWE or CEO Vince McMahon speaking out, especially as more details emerge?
Absolutely. If you go to their website right now, on their website, this is what it says. It says Chris was beloved among his fellow superstars and was as well among WWE fans. This is an unbearable loss. And in fact, it was a WWE official that called police after Benoit missed 2 events that he was supposed to be at over the weekend in Texas. And last night, the WWE aired a 3-hour tribute to Benoit instead of the usual Monday Night Raw. So he was very, very important to them, Erica.
He was important. Just so many questions tonight, though. Such a disturbing story and such a terrible and tragic ending. Rochelle, thanks.